Today's review on camp pillow number 3. This is the Nemo Fillo pillow. This is not the luxury version. This is the smaller version. And we'll open it up and see what we got. Okay, so you get a little information card that tells you about the pillow. It's memory foam, baffled air chamber, and it's got a washable cover. And there's some other information. This is a new version for 2015. It's 9.2 ounces. So it's, I think they said it's a couple ounces lighter than the previous version. And has their warranty. Alright, so here's the pillow. There's a little arrow to give you some directions to find the inflation valve, which is nice bright red. Okay, and the pillow comes wrapped up in Velcro. Take that off. Whoa, and there she goes. There she goes. Alright. So, when the pillow is fully opened, it is... I've got 16 by 11. Before we inflate it, let's take a look at it. It has a ultra soft micro suede top. This, so far, out of the 3 pillows that I've reviewed, this has the softest top. And you can feel the memory foam underneath. Okay, on the side, got your little Nemo tag. You have a little loop, and you have your inflation valve, which operates by pushing it in or pulling it out to inflate, pushing it in, and going a quarter turn to the right to lock it. I have found, and maybe it'll loosen up over time, that this inflation valve is a little bit hard to push down and turn in, which makes it a little hard for adjusting the pillow. Hopefully that will loosen up over time. Okay, on the back of the pillow, the micro suede only wraps around so far, and then you have this nylon-y area which houses the included stuff sack. And as you can see, it tells you right there, internal stuff sack. Okay, so open that up. And this is also how you remove the pillow. You would fold over the ends of the pillow and proceed to pull it out. And so here's your washable cover. Get a little better view there. So here's your washable cover. Okay? Alright. Then here's the pillow itself. Now you can see the construction. It is 1 inch of a speckly foam, and the netting only wraps over inside about a quarter of the way, and then your air bladder is behind that. This is the air bladder. So without the cover on, let's blow it up and check out the air bladder. Okay. Now you can see that it is a baffled air chamber, and it runs vertically, or excuse me, horizontally, not vertically. I assume that's to help with the bounciness effect. Fully inflated, this is a very hard, very rigid pillow, even with the memory foam on the top. There's not a lot of give with an inch of memory foam. But then you can adjust the pillow with the inflation valve. You turn, pull out, and then press back in and quarter turn to the right. And you can deflate it to get it to the comfort level that you want. Pillow is a little bit noisy, as most ripstop nylon is. But it seems to be a very durable pillow. I'm going to let the air out so I can get this back inside its cover. And when you put it back in, make sure the stuff sack is out of the way. And you want the nylon side to match up with the nylon side on the back of the pillow. So that way, when you flip it over, the memory foam is on the softest side of the pillow. It's a little awkward. It's not difficult, it's just awkward. Just put it back in there. And you also have to make sure you're putting it in so the inflation valve comes back out, which I didn't. Good thing we looked. The inflation valve has to face the opposite of the stuff sack to come out the little hole for the inflation valve. Okay, guess I wasn't paying much attention there. So, stuff it back in there again. Okay, once it's in, got to kind of stick your hand in there to move it around and get it situated properly. This is the first time I've done this, so it's going to take a couple seconds here to get it back in there properly, line up all the areas here. Got the inflation valve back where it needs to be. Check it so it lays nice and flat. Check the front to make sure there's no wrinkles or ripples in the material from the net. And there you go. Now it's back inside. You can shove the stuff sack back in. And we'll blow it back up again with the cover. You gotta push down, quarter turn to the left, pop it back up. Oh, there's another thing I did wrong. Inside, you have to make sure that you tuck the stuff sack underneath of the pillow because of the barrel lock. If you tuck it on top like I just did, that barrel lock's going to be sticking in your head, which will be really uncomfortable. So another lesson learned, lift up the pillow, put the stuff sack back in, try to flatten it out as much as possible. Okay, there we go. Now we'll blow it up. All right, and there we go. Back to the pillow. You can see here the barrel lock I got on the side, so it's kind of poking through a little bit. See that? So you can always work it back down into the bottom. And then here's the bottom. You can still kind of see the baffling. And it inflates pretty well. It inflates up to 4 inches high. If you fully inflate it, your head's going to be a little bouncy. I've had this pillow for probably about 4 days now, testing it out. I haven't had much luck in finding a comfortable position with this pillow. I've tried, you know, I'm a side sleeper. I've tried sleeping on my side with or without my arm underneath. I've tried laying just on my back, and I kind of get the feeling when I put my head in the middle here that I'm surrounded by an air pocket on each side. So that was kind of a little weird weird feeling. It wasn't once I let some of the air out. You know, the bouncy feeling kind of went away. It's a very well made pillow. You know, the air chamber is very strong. I think they also advertise this for being used as a lumbar pillow, which, you know, air pillows you have to be very careful and look at their uses, because some of them you can't lean against them with the full pressure of your back because you'll pop the air chamber. Yeah, I just, even with the inch of memory foam, I just, you know, like I said, it's very soft on your face. It's very comfortable on your face. But for me, with my neck injury, the air chamber, no matter how much air I let out, it still ends up being either too firm, or when you actually lay your head on here, it pushes the air toward here where your neck is and kind of makes it, for me, a little bit uncomfortable. It's, you know, that's just me with my neck injury. This is a $40 pillow off of Amazon. You can find it. It fluctuates a few dollars up, a few dollars down, depending on the sales. I was kind of expecting a little more for a $40 pillow, but I guess what you really get is the convenience, because this thing packs down super small. It's very lightweight. Let's put it on the scale here. Let's see what we come up. They say 9.2. And I've got just a little bit over 9. So, I mean, extremely light. The 2 is probably for the for the Velcro. So it's an extremely lightweight pillow for backpacking. You know, and it does compress down very small because of the fact it's mostly air baffled, and it only has the 1 inch of memory foam. If you can afford it and you're a backpacker, or you just need a very small profile pillow to put into a suitcase, backpack, whatever, I do recommend it on the fact of it is very well made. You know, I don't have any concern at all about popping this when I laid on it, putting, you know, your big old heavy head on there. The fact that you can remove the micro suede and wash it is a really nice custom feature for me. The inflation valves, you know, it's a little tricky. It's more sticky than tricky. It's a simple quarter turn twist to the left to open, and you have to pull it out to inflate it, which is kind of cool, because then you're not going to lose any air if you still have it in your mouth and you push it back in and then let go to put the quarter turn on it. So you know, if you really want to pump this thing up to its fullest capability, you can without losing the air. So that was a nice feature. But let's take it down and we'll put it in its stuff sack, and then we'll check out the measurements on how low the profile is on this. So you let out all the air, and you go in for your stuff sack. Okay. Alright. Then, the easiest way they show to do this is to stick your hand inside the stuff sack, to fold over the ends and pull the bag over the pillow, like so. And then proceed to push the pillow in with your hands or your thumbs. Sorry, I keep going out of frame. I don't seem to be having, this is the first time I put it in the stuff sack, so I seem to be having a little bit of problem getting it in there. Okay. I'm sure that gets easier with practice. Okay, so there it is in the stuff sack. Let's get in here. Alright, let's take some measurements and see what we got. I think they advertise it as 6 by 4. Oh, and I've got it about 7, even probably a little over 7, but 7, depending on which end you go to. Go to the larger end. I got it by 7 by 5 at the bottom. It's probably about by 4 in the middle. So I've got roughly 7 by 4, I would say. Okay, and they say 6 by 4, so maybe with a little more practice stuffing it in there, I could get it in there a little bit better. But still, that is, compared to my hand, and I have very small hands, that is a very small package for a pillow that has some foam on it for comfort. So overall, for $40, you're getting the packability, you're getting the convenience of having a removable cover to be able to wash your pillow, and you're getting an inch of memory foam. Now, if you might have noticed, there is no repair kit with this pillow. And I don't think I see any information pertaining to a repair kit. I guess if you have any problems with the pillow, you need to contact Nemo, if that'll focus, at that phone number there, 800 number, if you're having any problem with your product, and I guess they'll take care of you. They must be pretty confident that you're not going to have any issues as far as having any leaks with their pillow. So there you go, the Nemo Fillo. As you might have noticed, the luxury version is a larger pillow than this, and the back also comes with the shock cord on the back, so you can stuff extra whatever in here to give you more height. Like I said, this is 4 inches. It says 4 plus, but really it's 4 inches is about the most height you can get out of this. So, like I said, for me, I found it a little difficult to find a comfort range. You know, I've only had it for a few days, so I've been trying to play with it. As far as having enough room for your head, there on a small pillow like this, there is plenty of room for your head. You have a little bit hanging off, probably about 1.5 inches on each side after your head's on here, depending on how big your head is. But you know, this would probably make a really good, you know, travel pillow, really great backpacking pillow. There's probably a wide variety of uses for this pillow. My neck injury makes it a little more difficult for me. And, you know, I've never really been a big fan of air inflatable pillows. But this was a lot more comfortable for an air inflated pillow than I thought it would be. So I was kind of surprised by that. But, you know, I'm going to try playing around with it for a few more days and see if I can get it to a point where it's comfortable for me. So there's your third review in the Camp Pillow series of your Nemo Fillo pillow. I hope you're enjoying Great Gadgets and Gear. We have another pillow coming up for review. We've had some technical difficulties, which I'll explain in the 4th video. And until then, enjoy your backpacking, enjoy your travel, and take along a expensive, compact pillow. Thanks for watching. Take care.